thought that was very fast, but beat. It was good, went straight, so that's all I wanted out of that. So I was tempted to stay in it because it was running good, and then the boost curve started to come in. So, but I thought better and said we need to check data, oil pressure, all that.
I promise you, the whole boost curve was in by then.
First pass, good. So tires didn't fall off. So
always a positive.
All right, we're down in Bradenton and down early for sick week. Came down, Luke and I ran the route or whatever, but today we're at the track doing some testing. So Goodyear's got the track rented, trying out some new Goodyear tires, and for the most part too, trying to sort the car out, because I mean that's obviously the drag week debacle or whatever that we had with everything. So we made a lot of changes to the cooling system and different stuff. I mean nothing mechanical, it's all still the same. But the same thing, we had a lot of stuff apart, back together, and now we got to work on it. We did get the baseline with the dyno, we got kind of a baseline with the injectors, but we got to further work on that just to get a good fuel map with it, and get some testing in and see where we're at. Hopefully we can be prepared for sick week here in a few weeks. Supercharged Tahoe giveaway. You got the chance to win this Tahoe or $15,000 in cash. So month of February is going to be entries, the 1st through the 28th. So starts today. Active subscribers, you know what? You get 7 entries automatically as being an active subscriber. So also you have the chance, if you extend your subscription for a year, go on there, buy an additional year add-on, you get another 30 entries for that. Also, if you go to the merch site, so it's all sickthemag.com. All the detailed rules are there so you can read it. It is 48 states, doesn't include Alaska, Canada, Hawaii. So I don't make the rules, I just got to abide by them. So, but all the detailed rules are in there. But either way, you go buy merch on the website. Every $5 you spend, you get an entry. So if you spend $200, that gets you 40 entries. So go become a new subscriber to the magazine, you get 7 entries. Subscribe for a year, you get 30 entries. So lots of ways that you can get entries to build up entries. So when we do the drawing for this in March, or the sweepstakes company does the drawing for it in March. So literally you have the chance, either take the Tahoe, it will be down at sick week as well. So that's along for sick week, and check it out down there, or $15,000 in cash. It's going to be your choice, truck or the cash. Either one is outfitted with light bars. It's got custom Mickey Thompson tires on it, 20-inch wheels. Like I said, that Edelbrock supercharger, it's 5.3 2-wheel drive, so it's been used, ex-police cars, so it's a cool ride though. But we'll be cruising, like I said, down at sick week. So get your entries to possibly win this in the giveaway. It's going straight. I mean, that's what we wanted to do. So it's just whatever, trying to get the fuel. Smells, still seems like it's fat. Power just didn't. Just didn't come in very well, but whatever. All right, guys, we are at the Big Tahoe Marina. So this just, I think we're still in the town of Kissimmee. So as first checkpoint off of the route, leaving from Orlando, heading down to Bradenton. So from here, so it's a lot of expressway, tollway traffic or whatever that we got into, but we're actually starting to get out of that stuff, and then we'll get into more of the rural area that we love to follow along the route. So that's where we're at, Big Tahoe Marina. So Kissimmee. All right, guys, we are standing at the checkpoint there will be never was. We drove the Skyway Bridge, we just came off the Skyway Bridge, and there's lots of cool stuff there, whatever, but like literally like there's construction on the bridge, there's a lot of other stuff. That's the reason why we're down here driving the route ahead of time, is to make sure that the media folks like Luke and the racers like me can kind of agree on, hey, this is good, this is bad, this is worth giving up. Well, all the stuff we had to do to get across that and with the construction, it's just not right. So we're working on a route change. It's going to be some changes to it. I mean, we put those routes out ahead of time to kind of give you that. I mean, other events, you don't get the route to the day of. So the route you get on the day of is the actual route. This stuff is all just preliminary stuff that we're telling you. So we're going to work on a route change, but we are going to get something up right away that's going to have what we're looking at doing differently. So guys, we are at the final checkpoint for the day on our way from Orlando to Bradenton. So we are at Woody's Riveroo, so just north of Bradenton, just 75 south out of here, whatever, gets you right back down to cut over to the track there. So this is the second checkpoint of the day, and that's where we're at, Woody's. All right, guys, so we may have fibbed a little bit in our Don Garlits video because we have an alternate stop at NPD and their collection of over 230 cars that are here. So this is open to you guys to come in and walk through. Just say you were sick to mag at the front counter, and they're going to direct you in, and you're going to be able to look at this collection. So you can either go to Don Garlits, or literally this is 15 minutes further up the road. You can stop here at MPD and then walk through the collection here, or you can do both. So up to you, but you can one, the other, both, doesn't matter which one you want to do it. But this is amazing. We just walked through it for, I mean, only 30 minutes, but like literally you can spend, it's like Don Garlits. I mean, you could spend the day in here looking at all the different stuff and the models of cars. So
yeah, it's like I said, it's like a 215, 220 private car collection. Rick and his dad owned it. They started collecting cars back in the 80s, early 80s, like 81, 82. The 50 millionth Chevrolet ever built.
oh wow.
So and it's done in the anniversary gold color, so it's super unique. This is Henry's car, right? That's what it is. This was Henry Ford. He got that one for his wife.
Wow.
So yeah, they're all pretty unique vehicles. And of course,
a DeLorean.
Gotta have a DeLorean. It's the one car that everybody comes in here and recognizes, kids, whatever, like, oh man, Back to the Future car. So like that. So
what the hell is that? I didn't know they made a
Ranger Celine. Yeah, they made 26 or 28 of them.
and they probably didn't sell any of them.
That's all they sold, I think. That's why they only made that many.
Holy moly.
So yeah, it's a pretty unique piece.
That looks nice.
I mean, it doesn't look much more different than an 80s Mustang, you know, when you drive it, except for there's a lot less
But it's
legroom.
just looking at those wheels and tires and how small they are to the cladding or whatever, like around everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. You could buy all of the performance part, roll cage, the seats. I mean, you could buy everything through their performance catalog. That was like before, that was kind of a revolutionary kind of thing. The only thing that from what I understand, don't quote me on it, but is they never like tagged them. So you could technically have built a clone and nobody would know if you had a real Fire Ram that was built by General Motors or if you built one yourself.
Really? Because you would think with all the stuff with the early 60s stuff and everybody trying to decipher everything, that whatever, by the 70s that they would have...
Everything would be that way.
Documented.
Especially with General Motors because they really didn't, like, you know, it's like trying to prove something, you have an SS or whatever. There were so many, where like Ford was a lot easier to document stuff. That's the story I've been told. But I'm told, of course, that this is a true Fire Ram. But yeah, it's a unique thing. I didn't, you know, so...
All right, so we're out running the route. So leaving South Georgia Motorsport Park, just past White Springs, is Billy Bond's Lounge and Package. Huh, I thought it was packaged liquor, but I guess it's just package. But either way, they've got a drive-through window, so for fresh beverages or whatever as you're passing through here, but this would be the checkpoint. I mean, we hit here, and then obviously we're heading towards Gainesville. So this would be on day 3, 4, 3, 3. Day 1, 2, 3. Yeah, day 3. So this is day 3. So stopping in here, get a picture with the Billy Bonds Lounge and Package sign. So all good. All right, guys, we are at KSR Speed. So Kevin Smith's place. He's obviously a participant in the event Sick Week as well, and we are at his shop, which happens to be like right on the route. So we came back down. We're on day 3. We came back actually past the strip. Kevin's shop, like there's between Kevin's shop and Sunny's at the end of the road, the barbecue place is, where's that is that going to be our second stop of the day on day 3. So that's where we're at with it, trying to figure that out. But it was an impromptu stop last year that everybody was here and everybody had a great time. So that's where Kevin's like, yeah, I'm in if you guys want to do it. He's got the parking lot next door available, so it should be enough room to get a decent amount of cars through here at one time. So that's where we're at. All right, guys, we are at Sonny's Barbecue. This is actually Sonny's Barbecue #1, the very first Sonny's Barbecue, right here in Gainesville. So great place for barbecue. We're right down the street from KSR, Kevin Smith's shop. So drag strips right around the corner. So we just drove past there, and that's where we're at. Head to the hotels. All right, guys, we're at the Hoot Owl. Like last year when we came through here, we sold the place out of ice cream. So we've got a couple checkpoints that are going to happen, and just wondering if the Hoot Owl should be on the list again. Obviously, we're going to drive right by it. So do we make that a checkpoint to where this day may end up having 3 checkpoints? So give us a comment. Tell us, like, Hoot Owl again, or you're good with just stopping in for some ice cream on your own. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, it's day 4. So we are driving along the beach, A1A, on our way down to Orlando to finish the thing. Just left Gainesville. This is the second stop of the day, we believe. So either way, this is another stop there. So we are at the Beachfront Grill. So in, what town we in? You even know? Flagler. Yeah, I think Flagler Beach. So, but that's where we're at. So that's where checkpoint is. Awesome backdrop for pictures. All right, folks, we are at the final checkpoint of Sick Week. So we're at the Cabbage Patch Bar. So outside south of Daytona on the way to Orlando. So right off 415. But this is the final pit stop. Hopefully everybody made it this far, and then back to Orlando to finish the final day of racing. So we're gonna call, I think we gotta come out with a t-shirt though. It's gonna be the, drag, drive, and dive bars, because we got a lot of good spots we're stopping at. A lot of places are gonna have food. You can have a cocktail or two. We even had the drive-through. So great end to it all before we head back to Orlando and finish this thing up. That one felt a little better. Hike the tires up a little bit. No, it hiked it up. Hiked up the front end a little bit on that one. That time at least it had some power come in. Almost too much power, but...
Paddle through there a little bit.
But
I'll tell you to quit hitting the tire shake button.
hiked the front end up a little bit, so...
Don't totally understand until I look at data right now, but it picked up a full 10th 60 to 330 split. So 6 numbers and then a full 10th, but it didn't pick up, basically picked up a 10th.
I was out before the 8th.
Okay.
Yeah, I lifted before the 8th. Because then I was thinking that, I'm like, I knew, like, as I was starting to get up there, I'm like, oh, we never put the grill cover on. I think the grill cover not being on is probably fine for the 8th, but I don't know. Never tried it without it. So, probably last test pass we'll get today, so let's see. Try to say you got a spicy tune-up in it, so probably won't hold, but we'll see. Maybe it will. We'll see. Well, that one was a little spicy. I mean, she made it so barely, so I don't know. I don't know if because of anticipation that it was going to wad the tire up that I pedaled it a little bit, but I guess we'll see in the data. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it tried to lose the tire a little bit there, but it didn't. So like I feel like the Goodyears that we're trying out or whatever, they got a stiffer sidewall. So I feel like that's making it a little more forgiving than normally. Normally I would have either paddled the tire or wadded up the tire on a pass like that. I feel, based on how the power came in and to know that we were down on the 60 foot. But then we're faster after. Usually if you try and get after it after that 60 foot too much, then it definitely wants to wad the tire up. But so I don't know if that's the tire or where we're at with things or whatever right now, but I mean, all good. I mean, we got some solid test runs today to build data off of. I mean, we're still working on the fuel curve with those new injectors, and whatever. I mean, just chasing small things with it, which is a better place than we usually are. So I'm hoping that it's not jinxing it, that I'm out a couple weeks ahead of time, getting some test laps in, and hopefully be able to put the thing away and then wait till sick week and go get some other stuff done. So that's the goal, but stay tuned for tomorrow and we'll see what we can come up with tomorrow.